Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The month of Muharram and Ashura. Allah has fashioned all things, apportioned them, and awarded them merit and virtue. It is through the infinite wisdom of Allah that He has awarded special virtue to certain lands, places, times, and acts. For example, the land of Arabia is the most blessed of all lands. Makkah is the most blessed of all cities. From all the days of the week, it is the day of Friday that is most blessed. And from all the nights, it is the night of Qadr that has the most virtue and is most blessed. Similarly, Allah states in the noble Qur'an, إِنَّ عِدَّةَ الشُّهُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم. Indeed, the number of months with Allah is 12 lunar months in the register of Allah from the day He created the heavens and the earth. Of these, 4 are sacred. Tawbah 36. These 4 sacred months are Rajab, al-Qa'dah, al-Hijjah, and Muharram. The 4th of these months is the month of Muharram, which is known as Shahr Allāh, Allah's month. Sayyiduna Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported, the best fast after the month of Ramadan is fasting in the month of Allah, al-Muharram, Sahih Muslim. It is reported in Sunan al-Nasa'i, the best fast after the month of Ramadan is the fast of Muharram, and the best fast of the month is the fast of Ashura. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma said, I never saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam so keen to fast any day and give it priority over any other day than this day, the day of Ashura, and this month, meaning Ramadan. The virtue of fasting on the day of Ashura has been narrated by more than 22 Sahaba. Their narrations can be found in the 6 books of Hadith, Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Jami' al-Tirmidhi, Sunan al-Nasa'i, Sunan Abi Dawud, and Sunan Ibn Majah, as well as in the Musnad of Ahmad, the Mu'jam of al-Tabarani, and many other books. It is mentioned in al-Ihya of al-Ghazali that the reason for this virtue is that it is the beginning of a new year, and it is best to begin it with a fast. While we may perform the requirements of a particular act and thereby earn reward for doing so, yet we still do not reap its full benefit. For example, during the al-Hijjah, many may slaughter a sacrificial animal, but few have truly sacrificed. During the al-Hijjah, we reenact the devotion of Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salam. But while we may slaughter as he did, fulfilling what is incumbent upon us, we are yet to sacrifice in the same manner as Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salam. When Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salam set out to fulfill the command of Allah, he was ordered to sacrifice his son, that which he held most dear in Allah's name. It was solely through the mercy of Allah that a ram from Jannah was sent down instead. Thus, when we slaughter, we too should remember the sacrifice. And as we place that knife on the animal's throat, we should envisage us sacrificing all that we hold dear, our children, our wealth, and all we own, for Allah's pleasure. We may be absolved of our obligation with the physical completion of the act according to its stipulated laws, but the inner objective requires deliberation and sincere submission to the laws of Allah. The same is found in the fast of Ashura. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma narrated, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to Medina and saw the Jews fasting on the day of Ashura. He inquired why they were fasting. They said, this is a righteous day. It is the day when Allah saved the Banu Israel from their enemies. So Musa alayhi salam fasted on this day. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, we have more right to Musa than you. He fasted on that day and commanded the Muslims to fast on that day. Sahih al-Bukhari. It was also reported that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would fast on Ashura in Makkah before he emigrated to Medina. When he emigrated to Medina, he found the Jews celebrating this day. So he asked them why. And they replied as described in the hadith quoted. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam thus ordered the fast of this day, mentioning great virtue for it. It is an expiation for the year that went before, Sahih Muslim. But along with this instruction, there is a deeper objective. It can be understood from the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, fast on the day of Ashura, but oppose the Jews in doing so. fast the day before it or a day after it. Musnad Ahmad. Even in an act of worship, something meritorious and praiseworthy in the sight of Allah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not want his ummah to imitate the Jews and Christians. There were many other similar instances like this, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam disliked that the Muslims mimic the practices of the disbelievers. One such example is when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions wished to have a call that would summon the people for salah. Some gave suggestions of ringing a bell or lighting a fire, which were all rejected by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam because they were the ways of the disbelievers. It is said that today we have forgotten this profound lesson of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We dress like the disbelievers, look like them, and even act like them, abandoning the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his dressing and appearance. Whereas Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, whoever imitates a nation is of that nation. Sunan Abi Dawood. Our pious predecessors prided themselves in following the sunnah. During the conquest of Persia, the Persian general invited the Sahaba to negotiations. During the negotiations, some food was brought before them and they began to partake. Amongst them was the esteemed Sahabi, Sayyiduna Ma'qil ibn Yasar radiallahu anhu. While eating, a morsel fell from his hands to the ground. The teaching of our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that the morsel should be picked up, cleaned or dusted off, and then eaten, which Sayyiduna Ma'qil radiallahu anhu immediately did. Some of his companions urged him not to do so, as this might degrade them in the eyes of the Persians who were the superpower of their time. However, Sayyiduna Ma'qil radiallahu anhu reprimanded them, saying, I will not abandon what I heard from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam because of these non-believers. He then went on to act in accordance with the sunnah of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sunan ad-Darimi. The Sahaba understood that respect and honor is in following the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sadly, we feel embarrassed and have discarded the sunnah of the best of mankind to please those who will never be pleased with us until we become exactly like them and believe in what they believe. Allah makes it very clear, وَلَن تَرْضَى عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. And never will the Jews or the Christians approve of you until you follow their religion. Baqarah 120. Allah then tells the believers, قُلْ إِنَّ هُدَى اللَّهِ هُوَ الْهُدَى وَلَئِنِ اتَّبَعْتَ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ بَعْدَ الَّذِي جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ مَا لَكَ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ وَلِيٍّ وَلَا نَصِيرٍ. Say, indeed the guidance of Allah is the only guidance. If you were to follow their desires after what has come to you of knowledge, you would have against Allah no protector or helper. Baqarah 120. So with the new Islamic year, let us take these lessons which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam imparted to us. Let us take heed and reap full benefit from this month. Let us begin the new year with fasting and keeping the fast of Ashura. Let our year begin with pledging ourselves to Allah, vowing to uphold and imitate the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to distance ourselves from and oppose the practices, habits, morals, and acts of the disbelievers, those who our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam refused to imitate, even in acts of worship. We ask Allah to guide us, keep us steadfast upon the truth, and grant us the ability to adhere to the sunnah, which is the true path to success.